Welcome, friends. Today, we're doing another live stream. Well, who'd have thunk it? I have returned to the live streaming format. Deepest apologies to Margie Nawaji. She is streaming at the minute, but I felt that I had to release some kind of pent-up energy. Could be the Indians I've just had, like, at a madras. I asked them to make it half as spicy, and they did, to be fair. I'll give them that. It was nowhere near as spicy as what it could have been. Hello. Hello, Bronick. Welcome. How are you? How is everyone? Excuse me whilst I cough in your ear. Jura Rose, welcome to you. Jura, I never thought I could have set up a StreamYard. You could have joined us, except you're on a bus. And that's shite. What are you on a bus for, Burke? Fool. Oh, I've got a message here. Oh, dear me. I am... What am I? I am here. I am happy to be here. I have my friends, which is you. Thank you for watching and liking. It sounds like the end, doesn't it? It's not the end. Don't worry. I'm just starting at the end for some reason. Oh. So, last night's stream did a bit well. People are enjoying it. I got some positive feedback from it. Let's have a look and see who is in here. Pradeep, welcome. Bronick, Jura, Paolo, Adam, Andrej, MJ. Rich, what's your all-time favourite pickup line? Mine is let's play Hitosima. I don't get it. Hello, Dino. Welcome. Oh. Oh my goodness gracious me. I'm exhausted. Just ate a madras of all things. Back-to-back streams. I have something that I want to talk about. What is this fucking Atlantis fragrance that's doing the rounds? It has been brought to my attention that all the usual suspects are waxing lyrical about it. I want a sample. I want to sample it. And if it's shit, I'm going to go mental. I'm probably not going to go mental, but I'm probably just going to fucking say that I think it's shit and the people who have bought it are not great. Well, not necessarily the people who have bought it, but the people who are saying that you should buy it aren't great. Oh, I'm hot and I'm tired. What a day. What do we have here? The lost fragrance of Atlantis. Maybe it should have stayed lost. Parfum de Mali has increased their prices. Let's play Hiroshima. I will lay on my back and you will blow the shit out of me. Adam says, sorry I missed last night's stream. Was watching the boxing Lee Wood versus Mauricio Lara. You looking forward to the final, Rich? No. Shitting myself. What the fuck was Nick Pope thinking? He's just lost his fucking head, the silly fucker. What a twit. Hello, Kratos. Micah saying, seems like proper shillery. Yeah, it does seem like proper shillery. Let's not take the piss. It really does. Hello, Duncan, mate. How are you doing? It is nice to see you. What's happening? I'm getting the Madras sweats. It's a frightening time. I'm worried too, mate. My team's playing too many games. So that's what successful teams do, I suppose. I think we'll bottle it. You should see the state of what some of our fans are saying. We're already fucking resigned to losing. You know what I mean? I just hope the players have got a stronger mentality. Like, I just wish we hadn't let go of John Joe Shelby. That was a stupid thing to do. I know he wanted to leave, but oh god, and the loaning of Martin Dubravka was just stupid. It's been badly done. Everything is just, we're just in a very strange place at the minute. We're in a very strange place as a club, but there we are. Duncan says, I can't find my doorbell transformer and have no power to ring the doorbell. Set up an old-fashioned one with a string. You guys are too injured. I'm always injured. Jura says, Argos, have a fragrance line. Where can I get the catalogue? Not funny. Weren't everyone shilling for that brand? Weren't everyone shilling for that shite brand, Argos? I saw a couple of interviews with him, and it didn't seem great. Like, it didn't seem great. Like, you just knew that there was going to be badness going down. Jura says, no, Lego East says to Jura, have you seen the opening sequence to that Sorcinelli site? Rich, you've got to say it, but you can't keep a straight face. I know he's an unusual man. But he's proper into his religion, and he's proper into like fashion artistry. Fucking, he makes robes for the Pope, man. You know what I mean? He's deep in the game. He's deep in the religious game. You know? It's but his fragrances are really good, to be fair to him. I mean, that Laos is fantastic. I'm trying to pronounce it Laos instead of Labs now. Laos. I lived in Madras for 5 years. Quite the city, that. Called Chennai now. Nice. Is the latest version of Rochas Femme good? Apparently. Hello, Maggie Dinsmore. What's happening? How are you? Listening while driving, running errands. Nice. Don't look at the phone. You know that you won't miss anything if you don't look at the phone. There's not much going on my streams. Visually, anyway. Tam Dow or Tempo? Tam Dow every day. Is the latest version? Oh, sorry, I've read it. Lego East, yes, it's something else. August seems like shillery. Yeah, it does, yeah. I'd like to try them. I'd like to have a sample set, but I wouldn't pay for bottles. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't take them for free either. But I'd like to see them have a sample set. I asked Greggy Boy if he had a sample of that blue Atlas Atlantis fragrance. That's not an easy one to say. And he said no. So I don't know if it's available in the UK or that he's just not asked. But I want to try it. I want to sample it. You know? Oh, I want to sample it, see what it's like, see what's happening. Tempo smells fantastic, but doesn't last very long, says famous YouTuber. I tried Benjo and Bohem. I liked it. What do you think? Have you tried it? I haven't tried it, no. DJ says, didn't expect a stream. I always expect the unexpected, mate. I almost popped on Profumum Roma also, but the Sondra is much more what I'm looking for in a conifer frag. I'll say this. The Arso is very linear. It gives a lot more, excuse me, it gives a lot more, no, sorry, it doesn't give a lot more. It's flatter, it's straighter, it's more linear, that's the word, than Feeling Agile, which it is very much alike. Duro says, my arsehole is burned. Well, what you do in your spare time is your business, my son. Filippo Sorcinelli likes his rights in leather tights. Have you tried tea for two by L'artisan? Yes, I have. I would love a bottle. Alas, I won't get a bottle. The problem with me getting a bottle of that is that it is very hard to find in the vintage form, which is a shame. Country Home has a fantastic coniferous smell, except as a candle. Mike V, welcome. You are wearing Bell Arm. A lot of talk of Eugene's brand on here. Enrique says, heard you got a vintage Peau d'Espagne? Yes. Yes and no. I've agreed to buy a vintage Peau d'Espagne, and I have seen the bottle, and it is a vintage bottle. It's got the gold leaf thing on the front. And yes, I know. It's got the vintage gold leaf on the front. And I haven't got it yet. It's totally full. He's never used it. Just give us 2 seconds. I must do something. This t-shirt I've just had on today, so I get any jumper as well. Just 2 seconds. Oof. Where's that come from? Oh, give us a second. Sorry, friends. Mother Duck calls. Yeah. Oh. Haven't fallen down the stairs.
Dropped anything?
No, you haven't dropped anything. You haven't fall, because I'll not be able to catch you. I've already got a bad back. I don't want to break it all together. Mother Duck there. Good evening. Sorry, I was just interacting with my mother there. Doesn't happen often. Dropped anything? She hadn't, to be fair. I only have any noir. It's soft spiced lavender. I love it, says famous YouTuber Duncan. I have a vintage tea for two, big tobacco. I get like is it a biscuity kind of vibe from it? Good day, Erin. You are wearing Estee Lauder's Knowing. Well, I've got a rare and discontinued Estee Lauder heading my way, friends. And you will be shook when you see it. It is coming from deepest America. The lady who sold it to me said that she could not say that it cost less than it did because it was on the customs form. And I said, well, I don't want you committing any kind of fucking illegality, you know, but looks like I'm going to have to pay an extra $30 fucking. Some melt is trying to get $400 for the shit version of Zing on eBay. Oh dear. Lavs, I believe, is quite spicy also. Laos, I believe, is quite spicy also. Quando Rapita Anastasia is my favourite, but I'm a birch hole, says Jura. I'm going to revisit them. I've sent a sample of this to DJ, which he will be well, he won't be receiving it tomorrow, but I'll be posting it tomorrow. So whatever you do, mate, DJ, do not order a sample of Labs, because I'm sending you one. Unless you want to have two. Hello, DJ. Hello, Nick. Dropped anything? Do something. I'm fed up with the sales associate trying to sell me Mattia Premier. It's shite. It is shite. Like, I've got a sample set which Deva from Fragrance Pros very kindly sent us. So I shall be doing a first impression series on those soon. The sample set's sensational, to be fair, but the fragrances are terrible. Most of them. Duncan says, my family calls me DJ. DJ's going to do all the weird ones. Proudeep says, as dark as it sounds, I have often seen women selling their dead mom's vintage Chanels in France. Yikes. I'd keep them. Did your gold label Pot de Espagne arrive? No, the bloke isn't sending it until after Easter, I'm afraid. Rich, what louder are you awaiting? Well, it's a surprise. It is a surprise. You will see in the fullness of time. After following the procedures. I thought Ensemble Suave was nice too. I thought Ensemble Suave was alright. I've tried all of them. I just know Falcon Leather's grunt. I know that the sandalwood one's grunt. I know that the rose one's okay, but it smells like loads of other rose ones on the market. Hello, Filippo. When is the next mail strike? Do the industries rotate? As to always fuck with you all. Depends whether they're all doing it. Depends whether they're all doing it to if they're like in league with each other, like if the unions talk with each other. Some unions don't get on, some do. They're not doing it to fuck with the public, they're doing it to fuck with the bosses. Because they haven't had proper pay rises in years. And yet the businesses keep posting profits of like fucking billions. You know? It's not a good look. It's not a good look. I'm putting bubbles in my fragrance. Today I am shaking up Bois 1920s Real Patchouli ADT. Before they did the old bait and switch, the devious shites. Fuck them. My ex-wife rocked Estee Lauder Beautiful. I like knowing a bit, but did not get on with white linen. My mom's got white linen. Professor Melvin says, white linen reminds me of my grandmother, similar to number 22. What are you shaking? I was shaking Real Patchouli. Little guy always getting squeezed. That's right, Micah. No sympathy for the companies. Hope the unions fucking stick it to them, get their hands on some of those profits. Give it to the people on the lowest pay. Know what I mean? Oh, to be honest, that's not how I'd run a business like. If I was making vast profits, right, I wouldn't just be fucking giving it out in dividends. I'd be looking to be more equitable. You get a better, just everything. When you are making deals, right, whether it be in fucking business or in friends or selling perfume, the best thing to do is get a deal that where everybody wins, you know, and don't be so fucking dogmatic. And that's appears what it's been from the negotiation side. Everybody's being really dogmatic. Everybody's being really, my dad's tougher than your dad. Fucking people playing out their fucking fantasies of fucking being like a tough man or a tough woman, or everybody trying to make themselves look Billy Big Bollocks when they're not. You know, you're supposed to be looking after people. You're supposed to be looking after interests and stuff like that, not fucking posturing. And just feels like what they're all doing. And it feels like what they're all doing. You know, just I think the businesses have got a really fucking tough thing at the minute, because the public see that their lives are being squeezed, and the people who are working for these companies' lives are being squeezed. And then you see the bosses who are getting like 6-figure salaries and fucking sometimes 7-figure bonuses, and the companies are making fucking 10-figure fucking profits. And then they're saying, no, sorry, we can't give you a pay rise of fucking, what, £1,000, £2,000 a year? They're not in a, that politically, they're not in a great position there. You know, they're not winning the hearts and minds argument. I don't know which boutique it was in Paris, but one of the main Guerlain boutique staffs are cunts, says DJ. That makes sense. Parisian fucking, like the Parisians are fucking, even the other French people hate the fucking Parisians. You know what I mean? Because they think they're fucking better than everyone else. Like everyone else, even other French people. What are they called, people who aren't from Paris? Provincial. I can't pronounce it. Wearing a special oud scent today, says DJ. That's right. And a mark, so rumours that it's coming back alongside others, and a markup B jar only. Which one are you talking about, lads? Slightly bizarre moment in Harrods yesterday. Asked the sales associate if Mouchoir de Monsieur might make a comeback, to which she replied that they'd sold out, but I could try Harvey Nichols. Oh. That was a slightly bizarre. What is it not gone for good? Hello, Dev. Bobby, have you tried Youth Dew? Youth Dew's quite nice. Cinnabar, I'll tell you, Cinnabar's really nice. Cinnabar's a really, really, really nice fragrance. Dev has finished his assignment and is feeling good. Kratos is wearing Montal Bacot. Yikes. Derby available at Paris Boutique, says Pradeep. Good lord. The swines. It doesn't bother us that I've got my vintage one, of which I have decanted some for young DJ. He is getting a sample. He likes that. He wants to try some of the classics. I'm sending him some Patou Pour Homme as well, and some Queer Canage. Also some mystery fragrances. So that's going to be nice, isn't it? Whoa, Felipe with a strange animal in the chat. I'm actually impressed with Bacot. Interesting and strong scent, says Kratos. What's that Nishan? It's probably the best one. It's not a high bar. Let's be honest. Oh, but slightly woody, slightly leathery patchouli. Thick, rich, gloopy. Very nice. I love this kind of fragrance. Moskva, it says on the bottle, which isn't great at the minute. It's another political move, which hasn't gone down too well. Hyacinth, chamomile, or camicula, patchouli, black pepper, leather, honey, and incense. When you smell it on skin, it's a lot more gloopy. It's a lot more rich, Mitch friendly. Who here is also watching Margie's live? Shut up, Galen. Drop a lemon in my memory. Yeah, I'd like to see you try, bitches. I've blocked that little picture. Fucking tremendous. Unlucky. Very funny. Enrique, wait until the spring and then buy it. Excuse me. You know, I just realised the incense I ordered from the website Peter recommended will only arrive at my house in 2 months. Osh. It's a trick question. I'm trying to uncover the traitors for you, says Galen. Aha. Don't tell anyone. Also, I don't know. I really enjoy Annie, says Dev. Call it a candle scent, but darn, it's my candle scent that I am stuck with. Just noticed Enchanted Forest. Yes, Enchanted Forest is here. And also, in the dead of night last night, I ordered the other 3 from this house in sample form from Lucky Scent, so they're going to be shit samples. But I do want to try them. There's a couple of them that look quite nice. I don't hate it in the least to give it away. Just noticed and yes. Sure, Youth Dew is awesome. Coming from Astor way back then. Good perfumes, yes. All our rich scent of the day is Patchouli Imperial. Nice. It's good fragrance. Prof smells the same as Le Parisienne's version. Oh, what kind of bottle is it in? It is never too warm for incense. Do some of you not seen how Arab people perfume themselves, says Dev. Stream question, view about views. No matter how many times you drop back in on a stream, you only count as 1 view, right? I have no idea. Enrique says, just ordered Rochas Femme for $30. $30? Sorry, I've got a bit of a cough. Oof. What a day. I was asking Galen, says Bob. I still need to try Tower and Naomi Goodser. You should. You should. Naomi Goodser is a good house. Hydrate that curve, says Dino. I should hydrate that curve. Do you think it would help the curve? I haven't found a tower that I would buy yet, says DJ. I've got 5. I'm looking forward to wearing rose incense this year. I'm going to do one of those videos where I talk about what I'm looking forward to wearing this upcoming spring and summer for its season, to which then I will look back in 6 months' time and say I barely touched any of those. What the hell was I thinking? DJ says my tasting is very eccentric. Not to you. It makes perfect sense to you. It's to other people it's eccentric, isn't it? That's how that sort of thing works. Dino says, how much of kerosene have you tried? Well, I got his sample set. And since he puts them in shitty little dabbers, I didn't try half of them. They're lurking around somewhere, but they're decent. They're not perfect. I think Follow's his best fragrance. I want to try Followed. I know Rulia White has got it on the website, but I think it's out of stock. Kerosene is so sweet, says DJ. Which one? Did you see the UFO-shaped cloud in Turkey, says Enrique? No. I think we're going through one of those phases, aren't we, where we think everything's a UFO. See, the thing is that you know what I think about UFOs, right? I think it's the same thing it's the same principle as when humans thought that the sun used to go around the earth. I think we think we're the center of the universe. Humans think that we are the apex, the middle, the center of everything, and that everything falls towards the center, and it's just not the case. Do you know how unlikely it would be and how long it would take? We're at the beginning of the universe still. The idea that these I want to say people, but the idea that another fucking species of fucking intelligent fucking life would occur is very low. The idea that they could then find us is very low. And then the idea that they could actually have the technology to visit us is very low. And then the fact that if all these things came together, the amount of time it would take for them to get here is almost nil. You know? Is there life in the universe apart from us? I'm absolutely certain of it. You know? Without it being a certainty, I'm sure there is, simply by the law of fucking averages, right? Rich, did you see the Wafts from the Loft review of Zara Sheep? Have you tried it? They were very positive about it. I haven't seen it, but I did see they put out a video, so... And a lot of people have said that they were surprised that they enjoyed it, but you like what you like. It's all seeding the mind, says Kratos. Which one are you doing first impressions on Tio Cabanel? I think I heard you say you have a set in your house somewhere. I do. I believe I do. And it was sent to me by the lovely Barry from Centralise. Centralise. From Birmingham. But, sorry, Barry. The sample set is in the other room behind a lot of stuff. I put it in like a chest of drawers, and the chest of drawers is behind loads of junk at the minute. So, excuse me. No, my sample set first, says DJ Angelos. I need to find it first. I think the aliens gave Sam Smith his outfit the other week. Fuck him. He's just, I don't know what his fucking game is. You fucking idiot. Fat pig. There'll be more of a fragrance orbit than rotation, says Lego East. Did the US shoot down any balloons this weekend? I think that'll just quietly go away. Rich, did you see the Wasp from the Loft? Sorry, UFO just met an unidentified flying object. Could be a drone for all we know. Statistically, there's got to be something else out there. Yeah, I totally agree. Bob says we are special. We are, but we're not that special. You know, we are special, but we're not that special. We're not so special that we can't wipe ourselves off the face of the fucking planet. I think aliens get us, sorry. Water Bob, they are completely different from me, but if I had to pick one to keep, it would be Gucci Guilty Absolute, just because I have so many patchouli fragrances. I wonder what the shills in the other universes are like, says Mike. Fucking just as awful, I imagine. Galen says, I just want to live long enough to find out what non-earthlings think of Jesus. Powers that be want you to think you're an insignificant duck. Sam Smith is an alien. He's acting like one, and he certainly looks like one. The probability that an alien life that is capable of the kind of travel existing at the same time as us is very low. Apparently 14 billion year old universe, but look how short our history is, says Nick. Exactly. And the vast amount of the universe's history is still to come. We are literally like nothing compared to how long it's going to be, you know. We'll have been and gone by the time other races. You never know, we could be the first. We could be the first and only so far. I think I saw an alien in our chip shop the other way down that Savoy. Ugh. Still talking about Sam Smith. What would be the first thing you ask an alien, says Pradeep? What would be the first thing I'd ask an alien? I don't know, I've got a vintage bottle of Derby, so I wouldn't ask it for one of them. That would have been like I'd be like, have you got any spare bottles of Balenciaga pour on? You know? Germs, you like the Gucci, I put them in the same medicinal kind of wheelhouse. I like Trippier, but I hope he has a bad game in the final against us. Pradeep Sikar, their first question for us would be, did you discover the evolution? Hey, Alien, what's your scent of the day? Top 10 freshies for interstellar travel. Alien poor home has no jasmine, they fucked up. I had seen Sam Smith in North London before. Ugly fat walrus. Likes getting pissed on, piss in his mouth. Freak. Oh, I'm not really big into the whole alien thing, you know. It's just not my thing. The alien thing. It's weird. Peter's hardcore about everything, though. Mouth piss isn't really my thing. No, mine. Can't be dealing with animals that can't disregard their own fucking feces. Best women's club scent ever? Alien. Is that Madras inside the term? It is inside the term. I have eaten said Madras. It wasn't great. I'm giving up on this fucking this Indians that I bought. It's not great. He was listening to music on headphones and was walking around crazy. Decided not to approach him, probably for the best. Would an alien wear Ganymede? Apparently Dura Rose has smelled Ganymede X-Ray, and he says it's fucking foul. I'm just wondering what the aliens will think of Mugler's work, says Nick. Hello, Rich. Scent of the day is Intense Vetiver. Hello, Pat Lester. Nice. Are you enjoying it? That one was all right. I like the original. Ganymede X-Straight. Why? What the fuck? It's just so they can put Ganymede out again, you know, so they can claim it's a new release and that you need it and that it's the last one, but more. You know, do you need to ask why when you know the answer? Says Dev. X-Ray fiends. Weird. Oh, so I've never done it before. You are very kind. Cancelled that bad as swear, you know. Wearing States China. You're wearing what? Warring States China. Sorry, you're wearing States China? Does Hadrian's extend the south to London? No, Hadrian's is a wall from east to west in the thinnest part of the UK that separates the fucking country, England, from Scotland, or kind of. What's your favourite part of history? Romans, Vikings, World Wars, probably the Plantagenets. British history, that is. I like different parts of world history as well. Sorry, I've got this fucking appalling cough. Battle of Sekigahara. Sekigahara, I beg your pardon. If anybody would feel the need to like the stream, please don't let me stop you. I appreciate it. Apparently it is good. I keep hearing other people talk about how good it is to have your streams liked. So that is something I am trying to be aware of. I don't know what difference it makes. The formation of creed is my favourite part of history, the made-up parts. I think it's mildly hilarious, the scale and frequency of revolts and civil wars in dynastic Chinese history. Well, the thing is that you've got to remember, Chinese history has been so long that, and China's such a big place with so many people in, right, that of course you're going to have so many fractious wars, and like it's going to be very hard to keep a state together, you know, because of the size of it and the amount of different people. They're not a homogenized people either, you know. There are lots of different lots of different races and ethnic groups in China. It's a big old place, you know. What do you know about Genghis Khan? I know a lot of things to know about Genghis Khan. I mean, we don't have time to go through the secret history of the Mongols here. Do you know what I mean? But I know a bit. Oh, excuse me. Whilst I hydrate. Send of the day, Serge Luton's Arabi. I feel like these older surges are fine. They're competent, but have been eclipsed by much more interesting newer niche houses. I've sold so many surges, but I give them credit. If you want to sell any more surges, Masterclaster, please let me know before you do. I see you like the funky 1970s, says Dev to Mike. Khan's Y chromosome is very common in many people today. Mike, don't crap on my Napoleon pineapple fantasy. Jesus was a pineapple head and endorsed creeds, says Pradeep. Dev says, yeah, I know this, Rich. I had it drilled down me brain in uni. I actually sampled M-XXX yesterday and I wasn't a fan. It reminds me of a used diaper smell with a slight mix of chocolate. Maybe I need to wear it more to appreciate it. Like the Qing dynasty wasn't even Chinese. Most of them aren't even Chinese, man. The fucking, what was it? The only one that's really been Chinese was the Han. You know? The Qin, but they were only around for like one or two emperors. The Tang, the Zhong, the Song, and the Jurchens weren't even Chinese. The fucking, you need to know me or knows. The Ming dynasty actually was Chinese, Dushan. The Jurchens weren't. I think. Well, the Yuan wasn't because they were the Mongols. I would get M-XXX if it was thicker, but it's like a dusting. Jin Han Sui Tang Song Ming. So M-XXX. You're right, it does have that kind of diaper thing because it's got a very powdery sort of vibe. And it's got that little bit of, I don't want to say shittiness, but it's got that little bit of, like animalic kind of, like may have shat oneself at some point in the recent past, you know. Dev knows this, he's an educated dweeb. 3 kingdoms, 8 princes, the 5 dynasties, and 10 kingdoms. Yes, Dev, I'm aware. Not good for the wallet, Bobby. Oh, M-XXX, I get it. I might wear this tomorrow. I'm going to the auction tomorrow, so maybe I'll wear something a little chocolatey funky. Better than VH, in my opinion. Alexander the Great was the founder of the best library that once existed. Excuse me whilst I cough in your fucking ears, friends. I do apologise. Ooh. Maybe I'll wear Obsession. I think I'm going to wear Obsession during the spring. I'm going to be sad to say goodbye to these for 6 months, you know. Stuff like Fahrenheit, Femme, fucking Balenciaga Pour Homme. Towers. Shiseido's Féminité du Bois. DJ, have you ever smelled Hyrax by Zoologist? And what did you think if you have? Did you enjoy it? Is it nice? What did you think? Also, DJ, have you ever smelled anything from Centauri? And did you enjoy that? Going once, twice, 3 times, sold to the fowl who shot himself recently. It would have been better if you had said the fowl who fouled himself recently. I have. I own one. You own a Hyrax. Peter doesn't ship to Israel. Oh, Centauri. Have you ever smelled Hyrax? I also knows the dangers of the Israeli male. Yeah. You don't want to get stuck because then... What did you think of it, DJ? Did you like it? Hyrax is an outrageous fragrance. A bit tame, Hyrax. Do you reckon? DJ likes that shit. He likes that heaving shit note. Kratos says, Rich, did you find your bottle of Monsieur? No, but I haven't looked either, so it was unlikely. Barbara Herman from Eris told me she had shipments confiscated. Israeli mail is unhinged. Yikes. Legitimate business. Why are they stealing? Why are they stealing the perfumes? It's blatantly going in someone's pocket, that, isn't it? You know what I mean? Blatantly going in someone's pocket, that. Scent of the day is Lana Weed alarm at work. Oh no. I've got a little 10ml like mini of that. It's not a mini, it's kind of like a... It's not a decant, but it's like an official sort of travel spray. That's what they're called. The Mossad use the perfume to scent themselves, says DJ. How do you find Lana Weed alarm, Josie? Remember when it was the most hyped fragrance in the community? Thanks to a certain Mr. Fragrance, or Mr. Shirts, as we should really call him, because it is his name. You know? The absolute rascal. Oh, I'm so stuffed. Ugh. I'm regretting that madras. I feel like I've eaten too much. I also got a garlic naan, and I got some Bombay Aloo. And I like Bombay Aloo. I managed to actually give a lot of it to my mother, so that's okay. Ooh. Excuse me, I must take some medications. Oh, what was that? Excuse me. The grafter's flanker. There we go. Bombay tatties are the bee's knees, says Peter Kikoran, who was a big fan. Dusan wear Timbuktu, says Dev. Not sure how I feel about Timbuktu. I agree with Eugene, I don't know that I get it, you know? I don't know that I get it. Oh, pardon me. It's meh. I just need something simple for work. Don't think the Deliric ski would go over well with the patients, says Josie. Did you drive to Mackie D's last night? What, less than a mile away, right? Nah, it's like 2-3 miles away. Yes, I did, and I'm deeply ashamed of myself. T-Rex is still my favourite zoologist, says Filippo. They use more bait to do stuff. Never smelled any Lartisan. That ship has sailed and I don't feel bad about it. Oh well. Hello, Pulp Ephemo. Oh. There's only like a week and a half left of the autumn and winter fragrance rotation. The hell am I going to wear? What should I wear? Boss number 1. I think I'm going to try and wear Boss number 1 in the spring. I think I could get some spring wearings out of it. Here it's going to snow in March, says DJ. Somebody said that as well to me recently. It wouldn't surprise us. That is exactly the type of shit that would happen to me. Oh, Ramsey texted me today and said that Oud Monarch has been discontinued. So now it's warming up people's springtime recommendations, says Peter. It's hard for me to do that because since I haven't seen any of my spring and summer fragrances, I can't recommend any of them for a while. You know what I mean? There's some stuff there that I would very happily recommend to you, but I can't actually think of it yet. Like, I need to see it for it to come to mind. What the hell am I going to wear? Very less choices indeed. I don't really do light generally, says Peter. Shrug, says DJ. Bortnikov has too many redundant fragrances. I'm going to text him because I've got his number. I mean, when was the last time I texted Dmitry Bortnikov? I don't think I've ever texted Dmitry. I just know I've got his number. Where are you, Dmitry? It's on his website. It's not like I've got his fucking... It's not like I've got his, his name on speed dial or anything like that. Hold on, where are you? Dimitri! Hello. I am wondering if the rumours are true. So I have sent him the message. It has been delivered. We will see, friends. We will see. Yeah, fuck it. Scent of the night is Amber de Coco from Arige. I really need to dent those samples. I love Rochas Globe in the spring, says Nick. Peter, Fougere Royale and GIT in the spring. Certainly a bombastic scent. I thought that was the best one from the latest collection, to be honest with you. I wasn't a big fan of the whole line, if I'm being perfectly honest. It didn't do much for me. Does Jubilation for Women compete with Mitsuko and Diaghilev? Enrique asks Dushan. Welcome, Herb. Welcome, Lane. Please tell us if I'm pronouncing your name right. Lane Lukafar. Arige, bleh, says DJ. I think they're overrated, to be perfectly honest with you. There's a bit of a cult thing going on there. Ramsey absolutely loves them. Like, not that I think Ramsey's like want to follow the herd. I just think the people who are into them are really into them. You know, I think it's one of those brands that you either love or you don't. You know, I don't think there's much middle ground, to be honest. And they just relude. I just can't. Rich, what's your favourite amouage? Probably Jubilation 25, but I like Diamant as well. Love Malik Al Taif from Arige, one of my favourite roses. He's got an outrageous fucking collection of fragrances and he fucking covers himself in scent. Josie says I'm talking about Arige, Russian Adam. I've cut down my spending to every 2 months, says Josie. It's not a bad idea. I really like Malik Al Mocha from that sample set. A really calming scent. So you can get Arige into the country, but you can't get Eris with all of its paperwork and all of its official accreditation and shit like that. I think he needs to go back to perfume school, says DJ. I don't think he's ever been. I think that's just not that's not where he comes from as far as making perfume is concerned. Rogue are a bit like that, says Nick. I don't rate those rogues. You would think I'd love them because of the amount of oak moss he uses and everything, but it's just no. I don't rate them at all. I think they're not well made at all. He could have been a chef all he likes. I'm sure he was a tremendous chef. I would love to smell Mitsuko. Eugene really brags about it, and I think I like his taste in perfume. It's one of the easiest fragrances to come across anywhere in the world, mate. I've got a vintage EDT thanks to Anuj. Mitsuko is probably my favourite of all, Lanny, but it's not for everyone. It takes a long while to appreciate. As ingredient showcases, I think getting sample sets from Arige is worth the money. I think getting sample sets from them is certainly worth the money. I think I've had 2 sample sets from Arige, and I enjoyed sampling them, but it's nothing I would own. There's nothing I would spend. Certainly not retail prices. No, second-hand market prices. don't be perverted. The second-hand market for those Eresias is absolutely obscene. It's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. I don't understand it whatsoever. And I speak as somebody who is deeply, deeply into vintage perfumes where the second-hand prices are fucking outrageous, but they're nowhere near as bad as the Eresias and stuff. The people who are scalping on those and like investment perfume, there's no such thing. It's obscene. I had multiple full bottles of Erise bought into the hype of shit perfume, says DJ. Unicorns as well. Regarding oak moss, Manuel Cross was actually within IFRA guidelines with most of his fragrances, Rich, says Nick. Yes, I've heard that. I've heard that. Now you bring it to mind. You're right. Evening, Kazim. Evening to you. A resample set sprays never bloody worked for me, says Peter. If current, it's extra, Enrique. If it's one of the Guerlain that benefits most from higher quality natural absolutes. Fragrance is just not easily accessible in my part of the world, says Lana. Where are you from, Lana? Lane. I got a vintage extra and haven't worn it in a while. He learned to make perfume from Sultan Pasha, and the collection that everyone always talks about was made with his help, says DJ. I find oak moss absolute. It smells like tar when undiluted. Yeah, a lot of fragrances do that. When they're undiluted, they don't smell as nice as when because it opens them up. You know, it's a totally different scent profile. It's part of the chemistry, isn't it? It's more about fragrances being adjusted to modern taste, or at least perceived more modern tastes. I agree. That's why there's been a massive death of oak moss fragrances, because the notes simply went out of fashion. You know, they could argue that Pierre Bourdon killed oak moss with stuff like Yop Hom, Cool Water. You know, people wanted to start using ethyl maltol and cologne and all of those things. That just, oak moss went heavily out of fashion. People started associating it with the scent of their parents, and now we associate it with the scent of our grandparents. Might have to wait a while before oak moss comes back into fashion. It will come back, you know. Just feels like there was a perfect storm. Ooh. Oh my gosh. What a drink. Nobody wants to admit they're out of touch with the kids. I mean, have you seen the state of the kids recently? Jesus. Envy is an investment perfume and Normie's an enthusiast, says Bob. But Julie kicked oak moss's arse. I think they always used to work together. I do like aquatic, says Dev. They remind me of childhood. It's because you're young as well. I'm in the central part of US Missouri, very rural area. We don't even have mainstream fragrance counter anywhere close. Sample, Lanny Alana, look afar. Breaking news, says Dusan. A famous French killer, Pierre Bourdon, is arrested for killing oak moss. Oh no. DJ says he likes artsy scents, and he does. Kids are too busy on TikTok. Yeah, fuck TikTok's fucking awful. Just so weird. Weird notes and themes. Surprised you don't like more Surge. I mean, I know you like some Surge, but Le Vierge de Fer. Le Vierge de Fer is a fucking outrageous fragrance. Raid them, says Herb. Raid who? And Jar in Paris. Jar in Paris. Lana says I'll probably never make it in my time. Well, yeah, of course you can. Get on a plane to Paris and get into the girl on and Louboutins. I like too, Serge. Quite a few Serge fall a bit short in concept for my taste. Have you ever smelled Baptême de Feu? It's fucking crazy. Orange. Molten fucking metal. And gingerbread. I like scents that smell shy. It's not even necessarily intimate for me. A scent can be beast mode and still have a shy character I enjoy. I've had a molten metal scent before, says DJ. Terminator pour homme. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I just dropped my phone. Are Henri Robert's non-Chanel fragrances worth trying? Probably. Think I need to get a bottle of Celine Rimbaud. I was really, really, really disappointed with those Celines. I thought they were a bit crap, if I'm being perfectly honest. Just get Dior Homme, the original Dior Homme, and you're set. Save yourself a fortune. Rich, which perfume note, ingredient, accord grew on you that you obviously previously did not enjoy, like a full 360? Well, if it was a full 360, Kazim, you'd end up back where you started. So it would be a 180. Sorry, I had to say that. Which note did I not used to enjoy and now I can't get enough of? Probably smoke. Smoke. Birch. Smoke. Less birch and more just smoke. I like a good smoke note. It's got to be a good smoke note, though. Smoke notes can go terribly. Iris. Didn't used to like Iris that much. It's probably been a bit harsh on Iris. Rose. DJs feels the same way about Rose too. Sweetness, says in the herb. It's funny how sweetness, I know exactly what you mean, but it's like funny how sweetness has just become one note. You know, it's not a type of sweetness, it's just sweetness. And it's awful. Like, I totally get what you're saying. Terminator pour homme, yes, I agree with you, Deb, but I enjoy the subtle and skin scents that last for me. Femininity of the wood. Have you tried Féminité du Bois, Dev? I've got 2 bottles of Féminité du Bois. Both of them are only partials, though. One of them's about a third full, the other one's about half full. I felt the same way about Celine, just meh. The only one note... There's only one note I really hate, which is tuberose. I don't like white florals. I really don't like white florals. As a generic rule of thumb, I really don't care for white florals. I think they're shit. Fucking awful. Like, they just remind us of death. Going to funeral fucking homes and shit. Avant-garde for Dev, maybe. Says Bob. Yeah, a lot of people seem to think those are redundant, isn't it? Lonnie Anush says, don't worry, I'll send you a decanter of Mitsuko and some other stuff so you can take them for a test drive. I'll ship something out to you later this week. Says Anush, doing good works in the community. For me, a note I hate is leather. Mostly when it's done in a real piece of leather way. Good lord. You can tell he's young. Gourmand's a juvenile in my thing. Yeah, I'd agree. I think Gourmand's... You talk to anybody who's like 40 and up and they're like, why would you want to smell like food? Like, don't get us wrong, it's like honey, that's all right. Cinnamon, that's all right. Plum, that's all right. But I don't want to smell like a spaghetti bolognese. You know, I don't want to smell like fucking ice cream and chocolate and things like that, you know what I mean? It's weird. Filippo says, Baptime deferred, it's like an LSD trip. Totally, Filippo, it is. That's exactly what it's like. It's crazy. As a texture, it's fine, but I think, oh yeah, this is leather. I just storm off, says Dev. Regret selling my lawn, Vaughn, says Bob. Oh no. I like white florals, just not tuberose. Tuberose is like a little bit green and a little bit salty, isn't it? Lane says, Anouge, I am looking forward to Habit Rouge. You are a great Anouge. Habit Rouge. Great Anouge. Narcissus is a white flower. It is. So is chamomile. A lot of leather scents are shit, I do say. The good ones are very good, though. I'm starting to love leather fragrances, says Nick. Honey is an animalic, technically. I never thought of that. Honey can be quite pissy. It can be really pissy. I've said many times before that bees smell. Smelly bees. I don't want you to go to any trouble, though, says Lanny. I don't understand why one would want to smell like food and sweets, says Pulp Ephemeral. I was just thinking when I was saying that, you know, there is a couple of like exceptions that I would go for, and there's like the whole cola vibe. I know that Peter Kokorin agrees here. The whole cola vibe is lovely. The whole oh god, what's the other one? Pavarotti. Pavarotti's got a slightly foody smell, but not gourmand. I can't explain it. You know? Pavarotti pour homme is like, it's beautiful. Bees make honey by releasing it out of their mouths, I think, says Herb. Ew. I really want to smell some Angelica out in the wild and see what it's like my beautiful Angie Black, says Bob. Castoreum is that one chocolate funky sweetness. Love it. Yikes. Mitzer is a honey animalic. I like vanilla scents, but I don't know about straight food. Nishan Arne, for me, has an airy nature that, for me, prevents it from going into ice cream territory. What did I smell recently that I thought was shocking? Cerezo. That Cerezo didn't come across well at all. It smelled like cheap ice cream, which is unusual from an Italian house because I think Italy invented ice cream, didn't it? DJ says, I've smelt beaver gland direct and liked it. I wouldn't tell the RSPCA, though, about that. Castor is best. Cedar is best, I beg your pardon, says Bob. Cedar, not castor. What have you been doing to those beavers, DJ? Anyone remember Grape Hubba Bubba smell would quite like that, says Peter. See, I think Peter's a man of great taste, and every once in a while he'll drop in that he likes like the Montal Oud, or that he likes like Hubba Bubba grapes. You know? We've all got those things though, haven't we? We've all got those smells and tastes that we just like. And it can't really be helped, you know? Montal and Mancera need to go in the bin. Unwashed bin. Not a fan. Are we not? Oh, what have I done that for? Mancera. I'm trash, says Peter. Mr. Pleasant, welcome. How are you? It has been a while. Italians did ice cream, eh? You telling me Mongolians, Inuits didn't cream their milk? I don't know. Mansa and Did they ice their cream, though? They may have creamed their milk, but did they fucking ice their cream? Hello, Stephen Tampton. Mr. Pleasant, if you were doing a top leather video, could you do honourable mentions for the worst, e.g. Falcon leather and Memo leather? That's not a bad shout. We could do our fucking worst leathers. The problem is that you won't have any bottles of your worst leathers, will you? You know? That's why I always get really suspicious whenever I see worst lists. It's like, why have you got these bottles if they're shit? You know? I'll tell you why. Because you were given them for free. Oh, gosh. Oh, Antaeus is lovely, Stephen. Good choice. Silver Sprayer Antaeus, a new acquisition for me, and I'm enjoying it. Do you get any differences between the new and the old? Mansell and Montala, the performance juice smell, the smell where they pump everything into it, lasting forever and smells like shit. It's a good point, actually. Good evening, Juro. Sabez. Longevity is good indeed. However, I recently tried Black Oud Decant and wow, still amazing scent. I had Honey Oud and I gave it a Richie G. Herb says, smells like you rolled a sheep up a hill. It's a sensational description. Rolled a sheep up a hill. Get in. Sabez, welcome to you. Jura Rose is sending me pictures. Jura Rose is sending me memes. Why is he sending me memes? I'm on stream. I can't be doing streams and memes. What does he think I am? I am only one man. Welsh Sisyphus, innit, Herb? Oh dear, Dev coming out with the fucking deep fucking cultural, historical fucking knowledge there. Outrageous. He knows about the Welsh and their sheep. And Sisyphus. Good afternoon, Alan Hansen. Welcome, my lord. How are you? Rich, any thoughts on Royal Tobacco? I'm going to sample it. Is that the new Amouage? I would love to, but I haven't smelled it. And I'm scared to. I'm scared to because everybody who you would think has already smelled it has already talked about it, you know? All the people who talk about things for money have talked about it. And it's like, oh yeah. If that's the Amouage I'm thinking of, you know, the one where he's been sending it to all his social media friends, you know. Here's a question. If you were in charge of a brand like Amouage, would you follow the same strategy? If your responsibility was to make fragrances and get them sold, would you not follow the strategy that these brands have followed? It's an interesting question, this. I struggle with this question. Things guaranteed in life. Death, taxes, and Dura Rose interrupting the stream. Couldn't agree more. Fucking outrageous behaviour from the little shit. Okay. Sorry, friends, I am just... Oh! I need a pair of socks to put on. Why aren't I wearing socks? You may very well ask yourselves, friends, and you would be right to question my decision not to don a pair of socks. And yet here we are, sockless. Alan Hansen is wearing Oud Alhambra by Ramon Maragall. I'll tell you, you love those Ramon Maragall, and we haven't seen him in the con. I mean, he's got a life now, so to be expected. But do you remember Robert Quinlan? Remember Quinlan, famous commentator, Irish, moved to Israel to be with his woman. Had a child. Bless him. He's a good lad, Robert. I miss Robert. Dev says, well, it ruins the exclusivity of the brand. Things guaranteed in life. Death, taxes, and Dura Rose interrupting the street just absolutely causes havoc wherever he goes. Giving bottles to salesmen just seems to sully a brand's reputation as high-end. Sabez says, good point, Rich. Amouage is a mainstream niche brand, so to stay in focus, they have to make these steps, I think. When are we getting Dura on another stream then, says Nick? I have propositioned him. I've also asked him if he wants to come on stream again. No. I have said to him, you will have to come on stream. I also want to do a stream with Ramsey because I've been fucking saying I would for a while. I don't want to make a fucking wanker of myself in my mate's eyes. So, and I do want to do it. I do have a lot of fun, you know. Just the time difference as a cow. It's the same with Eugene. I used to stream with Eugene all the time, and it got to the point where it was like it was fucking us up because he couldn't start until a certain time, and he was having to rush home from work, and fucking I couldn't stay up past a certain time because I'm completely useless. And if it was 10 years ago, I'd have streamed with Eugene until 4 o'clock in the morning. Do you know what I mean? But I can't do that anymore. I just can't do that anymore. It's funny how you get old as you get older. Alhambra is beautiful castle, says Duchamp. If Joe Schmo with 3,000 followers has your bottle of Iliad Man, then your brand is not the luxury of the Arab world. I agree. Amouage has become another mastige brand. Average people pleasers behind the facade of being something greater. You can't argue. You can't argue. The fish, the salmon has he's pretty fucked it, like. Ah, you bastard. Sorry, I fucking pulled something on my head. I'd be willing to come on stream with Rich, but like, who cares, innit? You need to, what is it you need to do? What is it they call it when, like, plumbers and carpenters? Time served. Dev, you need to be here for at least a year, mate. Keep your channel up, keep going. Some of those Jewish girls are definitely worth it, says Nick S. Well, I mean, all the people of the world have their hot birds, you know. I wouldn't not marry a Jewish girl, you know. If I found the one and she was Jewish, I'd be like, hey, Mazel Tov, you know what I mean? No problem. I'm not sure if you can convert to Judaism, can you? I'm not sure they like that kind of thing. I'm just pissing in the wind there. I don't know that. But maybe you can. I need to get Fougère Noir and Rayon Very. I've got Fougère Noir, Rayon Vert. Sorry, DJ. Rayon Vert. I've got a... I've got Fougère Noir. It's tremendous. I mean, it really is tremendous. It's a fantastic fragrance, to be fair. It's beautiful. It's so green and so... It's so green and it's so salty and deep and rich. It's beautiful. Are the Tom Ford Vert now discontinued? I think I heard they are. Yes, apart from one of them. I can't remember which one it was. Is it Vert Bohem? It's one of them, mate. Scent of the day is Tom Ford's Vert d'Anson. I've got a big 250ml bottle of Vert d'Anson. It is, for me, sorry, that's Beau de Jour, which I'm going to wear. I need to wear that a lot more because it's fucking stunning. The Privé one, I beg your pardon. Excuse me. The Vert d'Anson, absolutely glorious. Absolutely glorious. It's fantastic. But it's the ultimate in autumn wear for me. October, November, there's nothing better. Like dark green, smoky, incensey, just beautiful. Like it's okay. I'm working on that seniority status. Rich, says Dev. Good man. You can convert, Rich, but it's super difficult. I didn't know that. There's an elaborate procedure. Oh, it's like a citizen test on steroids. Ah, citizenship test can fucking... Oh, hey, I just couldn't be bothered. Like, you know what I mean? Bollocks, man. Just leave us alone. Just let us live here. I won't cause any hassle. Yes, you can, but it's relatively rare. Alan says if Whoopi Goldberg can convert to Judaism, so can you. Well, there are denominations, Alan says Dev. She probably converted to Reformed Judaism. It has a much lower status than Orthodox Judaism when you're either born into it or convert the hard way. Yikes. All for the right to say some words and go and sit in a certain seat somewhere. In a certain building at a certain time. Humans, we are very strange. Nout's a queer as folk, as they say. And it's true. Hello, scent of the day. Just coming. Margie Noir live stream. Happy and proud for her. Yes. Margie Noirgy. I do like to think that she'll be making more content in future. I do apologise for streaming over the top. Well, I don't say over the top of her. I mean, loads of people were watching her. But like streaming at the same time. You know, that was not my intent. I do love Margie. She's good people. Dev, yes, I doubt any Hasidic Jew communities just leave the doors open for passers-by, says Alan. Which is quite different from the Christian ones, which are like, oh, please, come in. Don't leave us. You know? It's like different sales tactics, isn't it? It's the difference between Chanel and Dior. Dior, like, oh, please come over here. Buy our stuff, please. And Chanel are like, no, you can't buy our stuff. Your name's not on the list. You can't have it. Oh. Sorry, Gucci Guilty Absolute might be my favourite fucking designer fragrance, released in the last fucking 10 years. I really struggle to think of another one that's as good as this. As a designer. And I mean, like, when I say designer, I mean, like, from a designer line. You know? So I'm not talking about, like... the Privé lines and the private blends and the fucking all of that. I just can't think of another less exclusive Jew. Well, I've got to be honest. I have never actually met a Jewish person I didn't like. Granted, I haven't met all of the Jewish people, but I've met a lot. I include Dev in that. Dev is good people. You can be an atheist and still count as Jewish to the orthodoxy. How unusual. Same here, says Nick. They're really canny. They're very caring and they're very sort of concerned about you. And They are like, they're very, they're not traditionalist, but they're like, they usually, you don't meet many stupid Jews, do you? You know? Whereas I've met many stupid people from other faiths and creeds and colours and all of that sort of patter. Oh, manly sense. Right, fair play. We've all got them. It's not fair to blame. It's not fair to blame them all. We've all got them. We've all got them. Right, fair play. Fantastic sense of humour, I've noticed, yes. Rich said Creed. I know. I actually like Creed. You can tell Dev hasn't been around for a while because I've got a lot of Creeds, mate. They're just all old bottles. Thanks for that, Rich, says Dev. You don't need to say thanks, mate. Converted to Judaism is not as tough as buying a Birkin bag, says Bob. Yeah, that's right. You're going to pass like citizenship tests for buying Birkins. Bob has absolutely nailed it. Like, it's a hell of a fucking hell of a process you've got to go through to get there as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? I know about vintage creeds, Rich. I'm only Josh. I know, man. I know. I do have a lot of creeds, though, and you will see them come out, mate. They will be out soon. And the only time I know what fragrance I'm going to wear is going to happen on the 1st of March. It also happens on the 1st of September. On the 1st of March, every year, I wear green Irish tweed to signify the change in the rotation. Doesn't matter what the weather is. Vintage creed folk are a madness as well. Yes, I'm not paying their fucking pride. Yeah, they can fuck off as well. I've got the ones I want, and I'm fine. I've been trying to get a hold of a Jewish cookbook for weeks, but it seems to be very rare. Yeah, baby, first week of March means full choke. Well, I've got Himalaya as well. Louis V. Says Alan Hansen. How the hell did we get down this stream of bigging up the Jews? How has this happened? Like, how have we got on this rich vein of form? It's mad where the conversations take you on stream, isn't it? I had a curry tonight, Ruby Murray. Jewish appreciation stream, says Nick. That's right. Manly sense with fucking manly sense. One of the most outrageous comments. Absolutely. Digging up bones, says Phil. What? Digging up bones? I've been trying to get it. Oh no, sorry. I know about vintage creed. No, I've read that as well. Kosher cuisine. It's not kosher as soon as you touch it, though, is it? You know? Religion aside, everyone needs Jewish friends, if for nothing but some superb cuisine, says Alan Hansen. What is it that they make? They make some kind of pastry, don't they? There's a Jewish pastry, I'm sure I've heard of it. Is it baklava? Or is that from Turkey? Or Greece? And it's from that Eastern Mediterranean sort of thing. You know? Rugelach. Have you ever eaten a hot knish with mustard? I don't care for mustard, you know. I do not care for mustard. Isn't baklava Turkish? Yeah, I knew I'd offended against the old palate there. Like I knew as soon as I'd said it that I'd dropped a bollock there. Baklava is Turkish Greek, yeah. They're always at each other's throats. Have you ever noticed that? Fucking got a difference between a hare and fur. Matzah bowl soup on a cold winter day when you're ill. There's nothing better than soup. Either or, Rich. Yeah. Rugalash or chala. Either or. So I'm going to have Dev come over. When he comes over to Britain, I'm going to have him come over and cook for us. Ah, welcome to my country. Now get in the kitchen and make me a fucking pie. Arab people make their own variety called baklava. Ah. And Rolling Stones. Digging up bones and Rolling Stones. I really like Royal Mayfair from Creed. Can't be arsed with the rest. Do you know, I think it was Royal Mayfair. It might have been a Rolfer. Turned to bad death on me. Turned to bad death on me, that. You know what I mean? It was, it's the lemon. I'm sure there's a lemon on it. There is in a Rolfer. It really is very bad. It smelled like bleach on my skin. Bad bleach, you know. Oh, new message. Somebody is interested. I would like to purchase that. Would you deliver to Albania? No, sorry, mate. I can't be delivering to Albania because it's very far away. No, I cannot. Hi there. Hello. I am sorry. Royal Mail will not allow me to deliver outside of the UK. If you have any friends in the UK, I can deliver it to them. Okay, I can deliver it to them. To them. Kind regards, Richard. Yes, that's right, friends. My name is Richard. But people call me Rich, and some people call me Mitch. Sorry, Armand. I wish I could. I really do. I cannot. Chemically smelling citruses are nostalgic to me, says Dev. Baklava makes me sick. I can barely microwave a piece of bread, Rich, let alone cook. Yeah, all sorts of baklava all over the place. Not a fan, says Anoush. I brown bag my lunch every day, homeboy, says Anoush. Richard Mitchard, that's right. Anoush, Sasha is the best cake you can try in Vienna. I really like baklava. Nafa as well. These oriental sweets are really nice. Honestly, you've got no idea how bad British, I use the word advisedly, in quotes, indigenous British food is. Absolutely fucking abhorrent. But every once in a while, fish and chips goes down fucking beautifully, like. Just, you couldn't eat it every day, you know. Mince pie, steak pie. Whoa. You got pining for the old steak pie. There's some fucking great stuff, but you can't. I mean, you just wouldn't recommend it to the rest of the world, you know. Richius Mitchius. Meat pies seem nice, innit? Yes, steak pie's fucking glorious. It's got some thick gravy, meaty chunks, pastry. Whoa, it's a meal unto itself. At first I thought you were a wealthy guy named Mitch. How wrong you were. How wrong you were, young Bob. Certainly not a very wealthy guy. Certainly, well, I suppose I am called Mitch, so you weren't that wrong. Only half. Just, unfortunately, you weren't wrong about you were wrong about the wrong half. You know? If only I was a wealthy guy, but I wasn't called Mitch. Just like that word, innit, Anoush? Innit? Right, I'm going to the bathroom. We've only got 20 minutes left, but I need to go. Lest I make a mess. Give me 2 minutes. Thank you, friends. Oh! Sorry, friends. Just reading something on my phone and realised I needed to come back in. I'll be 2 seconds. If I get any heated, I wasn't screwed on. Hi. What's happening? I'm back. I need to put Gordon in the door, George in the door, sorry. I have got a little I've got a little knitted woolen man that my mum knitted and gave it to us for a laugh. And it's like a little finger puppet type thing. And he fits perfectly in my door to stop it from like wobbling with the wind. You know how some doors like rattle when they're shut? Not that one. Anyone thinks Ambra Sultan is slightly salty? I think it comes from the spices. Not for me. Nothing is stopping you from drinking an ale with a steak and ale pie. The bank is a place where they give you an umbrella on a sunny day and want you to give it back on a rainy day. Yeah. Which is more sweet? Space. What does space smell like, Mitza? No, if you believe Commander Hadfield, space smells like burnt steak. Which is ironic. Welcome, I smell. How are you? Are you smelling? I hope you are. You smell too. We all smell. That's why we're here. Mitza is way more sweet. I need to also buy 31 Rupcan Bond. Love that someone described it as the sweaty supermodel fragrance. Sounds like something Eugene would say that. trumpet. I Smell has a really nice channel, says Kazim. He does. Abe also has a nice channel. Welcome to you, Abe. I'm wearing Vanille Havana today, and it is truly a fucking glorious fragrance. It really is fantastic, friends. I highly recommend it. Pradeep said that about 31. Happiest of Sundays, Duck. Happiest of Sundays to you, Andy. How are you? I'm alright, personally. What's going on? Oh, I'm looking at buying a new bed. Much needed. How do I send you money for the cat vet bills? Aha! I'm going to be doing a fundraiser at some point this week for my friend's vet bill. His cat has been in the hospital, has not been well. The cat is called Max. And I will be doing, all the money will go to the cat. Well, it won't go to the cat, it'll go to the parents of the cat. And it will be to cover their vet bills. It's £400 a day. Andy is very kind. Rich, have you read any of Hadfield's books? No, I haven't. Hey, you. Pink Floyd. Jeez, £400 a day. And now we're not expect all... If people want to give £2 or £1, £5, anything, it's going to be... Nobody's asking anybody to pay like for a day's fucking stay in the hospital. But, yeah. It's the insurance covered up to £4,000, and then it's been a few days over that, so they need some help. I said that I was going to do this, and they were like, no. They were like, don't do that. That's ridiculous. You are silly. And I was like, no, not at all. I was like, people like fucking cats staying at the fucking Ritz-Carlton. Jeez. Yeah, it is. It's obscene, isn't it? It's obscene. 400 quid a day, on top of which, right, you've got to pay for the scans, you've got to pay for the medications, you've got to pay for the fucking, you've got to pay for everything. He's, he'll be all right. Apparently, he's getting better, and he was much more responsive. But he's not a well little boy. Actually, I'm going to ask her now. Has Max eaten? Because he's got a feeding tube. I will show you a picture of the boy. Here he is. There he is, look. Bless him. He's got a tube in his arm. He's got a tube in his neck. He's only 2 years old. But yes, 400 quid a day. Such a polite feline. Yes. He's a good boy. I love that cat, poor guy. He is. Bless him, he's lost a lot of weight as well because he hasn't been eating. But apparently when they went to see him the other day, he was giving them headbutts. So that's a good sign, apparently. He is a good boy. He's a good boy. He's called Max. Baymax is his full name. But I'll be doing a fundraiser if anybody wants to contribute. If you don't, it's calm. You know what I mean? Hooligan cat. That's right. He gets on the door, right? They've got a door in the living room, right? And somehow this cat, right, manages to get up on top of the door. And it's like Baymax, like the Disney movie Big Hero 6. Yeah, that's where he got his name from. That's where they gave him his name. It was his mum. It was one of our favourite films, so she decided to call the cat that. I think he suits Max. I like Max more myself personally, but I'm not his mum, so. But bless him. Here is he when he is feeling better. Well, this was before he was feeling unwell, but here he is. Hello. Hold on, see if I turn this light off, you might be able to see better. There he is. There he is, look at him. Bless him. There. Here's a cheeky boy. Ah, here's this Peau d'Espagne. I found this as well. That's the Peau d'Espagne that my friend sent us. Such an inquisitive creature. He is an inquisitive boy. He's very much an inquisitive boy. His mom's been heartbroken all week. Like, genuinely upset. She made herself ill, like. Here he is, looking a little bit like paint me like one of your French girls. He has got the sophisticated look, doesn't he? He looks very sophisticated. Excuse me, I am the Queen of France, is what he says. Oops. Gianfranco Ferre for men. I apologise, I can't send her that. Oh, did anybody hear that they found that Nicola Bully today? The girl who'd been missing in Britain. She fell into the river. Oy, 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 oy. So sad. Anyway, sorry I went quiet there. I was just reading something. If I had a pet, it'd be a bird, and I'd call them Weezer. Well, Richie G's actually got a bird as well. He has a parrot called Nico, and another cat called Lion-O. I almost drowned when I was 11 in the Feather River. My dad saved my life. Oh, God, thank God you didn't drive. You didn't drown. We went to the car show and the circus in Chinatown for some great food. Totally cute cat, man. Oh dear. Well, we've got 5 minutes left, friends. Oh shit. Fuck Channery fella. Dev, just buy a lyre bird and it will produce whatever sound you like. When you drown, you go quick, lights out, and you're done. Rachel, did you have the fun Americanized Chinese food or the authentic ones where they're using a lot of organ meat? Yeesh. Because you have me thinking, Chairman Meow, Miori Povich, Chairman Lamau. Chairman Meow is amazing, yes. You're selling your Gianfranco Ferre for man? I am. It just doesn't do it for us. Not huge on it, if I'm being perfectly honest. Just not my type of thing, frankly. Fucking hell, this chair is on. Miao Zedong, very good. Very good. GF stands for girlfriend. It also stands for Gianfranco Ferre. Excuse me whilst I hydrate, friends. Pardon me. That was uncalled for. Does anybody have any closing statements before we go? I don't. I'm just asking if any of you. Meow killed Gorbachev, that's a stretch. Meow Zedong's good. I'll give you that. Gorbachev died recently, didn't he? Bless him. Poor cow. Zherzhov is shit. Yes, that's a statement I can get behind. Motion passed. Look, I had to say something, and yeah, he did. Sad to see a legend leave. Well, one of the reasons we live in a non-nuclear bunker world, you know, like that fucking Russian captain, Air Force captain, who was given the signal to fucking that the United States was attacking Russia with military things, but it wasn't. It was a faulty sensor or something, and he decided to not ring it through. And if he had, they would have fucking fired the missiles back. And he just realised that the machinery was fucked. Can't remember what his name was, but I mean, literally, me, you, and everyone in this chat's probably alive today because of him. You know, fair play, like, Jesus. Talk about getting the big ones right. Goodness me. Ay. Can't remember him. Deserves to have a statue, like. Vladislav something, if I recall, says Dev. Could be. I mean, I could look it up, but I'm not going to. I can't be chewed. Doing that ruined his career. Well, it saved everybody else. You know what I mean? Fair play. Like, there's doing the right thing, you know? And there's doing what you're supposed to do. Or what the system says you're supposed to do. Deep appreciation. If you pray at night, it's people like that you should be praying for. You know what I mean? Yeah, those stories are nuts, like the American general that stopped a military coup in the US. You fucking hell. That's crackers as well, isn't it? I mean, to be fair, it could happen anywhere in the world, so, but it's just worse when it's like us. You know what I mean? When it's your side that it happens to. Dev says, my closing statement, I do wish Israeli mail was a little better. I suspect you may be getting a visit for that, you know. To be fair, I went. Do you know, I bought fragrances from Israel, right? And they've arrived lickety-split, you know, within like a week or two. So stuff getting out's not such a bother, like. Stuff getting in's a fucking nightmare. It mustn't be very fun to live with that constant fear of being bombed and shit like that. Kind of reminds us of what I watched a documentary about the troubles in Northern Ireland today. Jesus, that was fucking rough as guts. I'm so glad we don't have to live like that now. God. Not that I'm from Northern Ireland, but I'm just glad that people don't have to live like that anymore in general. Like, awful situation. Closing statement. No matter how like tough life gets, always remember, at least you're not selling your soul for free bottles. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. Thank you very much for watching, all. I appreciate it greatly. I appreciate it, and I will see you all again soon. Good night, everybody.